What's good, everyone? Thought I'd just do a quick video on a trade that we had. I tend to do these on shorts, but I thought I would do a YouTube video as well, just to kind of break down the trade. So you can see this was the trade that we had this morning, basically 100 points. On this one, we did also catch a long in the morning as well, which was quite nice. So decent day on the accounts. I'm just going to show you the trade. So I've taken some of it off, as you can see, but pretty much long down here at 40s initially, which was kind of a little bit premature. The actual better entry was 420s. No pun intended there at 420. And we got those extension targets into 540s. Now, this was more of a exhaustion target as opposed to an exhaustion slash ATR target as opposed to an actual technical fib target, which I'll break down in a second if we go to TradingView. So as you can see, this was the trade on TradingView, and this was an extension that we were paying attention to, which actually traded on Monday. Was the actual extension that we looked at, and this was the play that we had. And of course, this is all what we teach in the masterclass. But just to break down the trade, as you can see, my entry, we just bring it back on here, was 420s. And the reason I added the first target at 440s, as you can see, is this is where we had the sort of anticipation of first touch, second touch, and pretty much kind of third touch inside this. And the final extension was what played out, right? Didn't close below the 62. So this is pretty much a negative 62 completion. So there was micro composite shorts, and we are pretty much back down to the support level. So this technically, if it is going to go higher, it should come up here and complete these targets to the upside. But this was a 125 point or 100 odd point trade that we took to the upside. Our actual entry, the 20s was the 420s right down here. 125 or 120 point trade we got on this one. And we're risking pretty much closures below the 62. So say 30 points, which is what my average ATR stop is. This was a nice 4 to 1 risk to reward. And of course, we could have risked the low underneath the 50, but that's kind of just, arbitrary, whereas the 62 is kind of trend, stopping the trend continuation, and that's why we use that level. So this was the trade. And again, just to break it down on here, you can see the entries and the targets today. We entered 2 lots of 6, so it was 12 micros. And let me just double check. Yeah, so 6. Yeah, so 6 and 6, so 12. And just gives you a brief idea of what we do in the room each day. And again, we wait for that confirmation once, and then we bid the retest. And of course, this is also a break and retest for any of those that do kind of play support and resistance as well, right? So that was the trade for today, and I'll probably put a breakdown of that trade on 15 times speed, just so you can see exactly how it looked in real time. Just so you can see. So, and also this was a nice 50 to 50, 50 to 38 play, close to the 50. Rebid it, which is also stuff we teach in the masterclass. But most importantly, this was the look below and fail, and of course that is the break of the 50, look below, back into range, halfway back, and then goes higher. So I'll put the clip to the video after this, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more stuff like this, and links to the trading room obviously in the description below. This was the long that we had in the morning, which you'll see long at 841s. It actually does come back. I have this saying in the room that price likes to come back to your entry for the reason of people getting stopped out at break even and then watching the trade go all the way in their favor. So with this one, I get most of my position off, and then the last one goes to, I think, the stop. And then this was the second nice trade that I had on the day. I took a stop there at the short for about 10, 15 points, 14 points. And then we got long on the double bottom retest, again, in confluence with the fib extensions, which we teach in the masterclass, and also which you just saw on the risk to reward calculator on TradingView. And this is pretty much I was saying to the guys in the room, we potentially either going to be, this is your bottom here at 430s, which is pretty much the average of my entries, right? So I was long at 40 and 20, which gives me a 430s of the average. And I was explaining to the members in the room, this is kind of what I was hypothesizing, having this low as the strong low. And of course, that is what we did see. And I get here for 125 points live on screen.